Dogs have a long history in Hawaii and were lauded in chants and legends. There are stories of Pele's dog, often seen traversing with her. There are stories of Kaupe, the cannibal dog man. But today, on Hawaii's Most Haunted, we learn about Boki, the ghost dog. Beyond the cool waters and trade winds of our idealistic paradise is the thin veil that separates our world from the place where the shadows talk back. Welcome to Hawaii's Most Haunted. The dogs were often classified into three distinct groups: those used as food, as sacrifices, and as watchdogs. Some canines were thought to have a certain degree of supernatural ability, as Hawaiians believed the animals were able to discern spirits and phantoms. This was probably assumed because a dog would sniff the air, peer into the darkness, and growl and bark at unseen objects. Boki, the ghost dog, occupied a very prominent place in recent Hawaiian legends. It is said that the dog had magical powers and was apparently the spirit of Boki, former governor of Hawaii, who was lost at sea on an ill-fated expedition. This spirit dog is said to tread Kona roads on dark, misty nights, watching over the welfare of his people. He was considered harmless as long as he was unmolested. But if he was disturbed, he would instantly slay the person who dared bother him, although he would never eat the body of his victims. Boki, the spirit dog, is said to still sleep all day in some lava cave high in the mountains, and at night appear slinking along the highway on silent, padded feet. If met on the road, he will stop and remain motionless, a gaunt figure in the mist. But no harm will be done if the traveler passes quietly. Sometimes he appeared headless to travelers, but his magical being had the ability to develop a head rather quickly, if bothered. One legend states that two young men were riding along a lonely road one rainy night, and that one of them, seeing a rather vague form of a dog in the mist, attempted to strike the figure with the long whip he was carrying. But to their amazement, the animal grew to huge proportions and with a single bound sprang upon the horse and sank its fangs into the rider's neck. The other rider knocked the dog loose and then began a reckless ride through the night, barely making it to the safety of his village. In October of 1927, Mrs. Ho'opili, a teacher at Konawaena school, believes she personally witnessed Boki one late night. A group of friends decided to brave the chilly weather and walk to the post office to mail a few letters. It was about midnight, and a strange moonlight gave a weird appearance to the dense trees that had grown quite close to the highway. On arriving at the post office, the rest of the party crossed the threshold. Miss Ho'opili decided to remain on the porch. A chilling feeling passed over her, and she began to look around. As she glanced toward the road, a yellowish shape could be discerned through the mist and fog. The vague form took the appearance of a huge dog as it approached. Its teeth and eyes glistened in the pale, foggy moonlight. It crouched as if to spring, and its body quivered. And just then, the group of women came out of the door of the post office. Miss Ho'opili was found, apparently in a trance of fear, and she could only point to the huge yellow shadow that stood motionless in the center of the road. As the women watched, spellbound, it gradually floated up and over the coffee trees. A slight rustle of leaves was the only sound. There's a long history of spirit dogs in Hawaii, but not all of them are malevolent. However, if you see a stray dog late one night, slinking around on the side of the Kona Road in the darkness, be sure to let it be on its way, because you never know.